everyone, and welcome to Friday Chit Chats with Priya, Paul, and Aarti. This is our happy day. It's Friday, and we are again with one more episode, and we are very excited. Excited because today we are going to talk about something different. We are going to touch upon an emotion rather. Um, to give you a bit more hint, it is one of the emotions that we any one of us do not want to have and want to avoid, right? So without any further ado, Priya, would you like to give a small introduction about this topic, and then we will take it from there?
Yes, absolutely, Aarti. So, hi guys. So, today's topic is anger. So, we always judge when we get angry. We think that this is wrong. This emotion is something which affects people. It harms people, right? And we tend to not to have anger, and we suppress anger. We don't we When we get angry, we don't know how to articulate it. So there are different various emotions come out with the anger being as a main source, right? So what is anger? Anger is just an emotion. So we have so many emotions with us. We get happy, we get upset, we get excited, we get emotional, and we get angry, and so on. So anger is one of the essential emotion of human, without which, uh, you know, this is one of the element of our existence. So when we try to avoid, what happens is we don't know where to use it. And we keep on avoiding, we keep on piling up. And one day, anyway, that anger comes out in the form of a huge, it comes out like a bomb in someone's reality. And then again, it starts making lot of complication, right? So what we do is we don't want to have that, because when we start bursting out anger, it affects others. So instead, if we recognize that it is okay to get angry, it is okay, because if now I suppress, some other time it will come out. And it's a vice versa. If somebody is getting angry, understanding that maybe that person is venting out, and that's a part of it, that's an emotional, it eases out our way of tackling anger, right? So, Arti, I think you have a very wide knowledge of why we get angry. Like I have heard you talking about in some of your classes, right? So I think I would pass this plate to you to explain it in a better way.
So Priya, when you told I have more knowledge about it, the first thought that came to my mind, yeah, right. Anyways, I get angry a lot. So yes, I do. And those who know me, they know that it's very easy for me to get angry and it's at the same time, it's also very easy for me to calm down. But when I'm angry, I'm angry. I can't help it. So, Priya, you very well talked about this emotion anger. So now to take a tip, take it a level ahead to it. So why do we get angry, right? And what are the instances? Number one instance is when someone don't listen to us.
Yeah.
Number two is when we want to do something, it's not happening in our life and we get angry, right? Number three is like it can be as simple. We want one particular thing, like if let's say we want the house to be clean and someone else has not cleansed it, so you will get angry on it. The weather is not nice and you wanted to go out, you will get angry on it. So anger is such a small emotion that can get just triggered like this. And it's sometimes we are not even angry, we do not know how else to react, so we get angry because we do not know which category this belongs to. It can be something else, it can be just anxiety, but then we can label it to anger also. And we mostly get angry either on ourselves So, there are instances when someone is really angry on yourself and they stop eating food. So, and then they don't realize that if you stop eating food, it's your body. You are harming your body, right? That's first. Secondly, when you do not know what else to do, even if you are tense, you will yell out at some other person.
Yeah.
That's your tension, that's your fear, and that comes out as an anger because you do not know how to deal with your fear. You shout at someone so the reason you shout at someone and someone listens to you, because in that particular situation you feel powerful, you overpower. So currently, if I know that if I yell at Priya, she has the capability to respond to me back in that strong manner, I won't.
Yeah.
But similarly, if I know Priya is very subtle and she will not react, I will have a tendency to yell at her, and she being she can absorb it.
Yeah.
Maximum of the times we have seen people shouting at the auto walas or rickshaw walas. Why? Because we know that we are more powerful than them. So I remember this incident very clear, like it's there in my mind. So I stepped out of the Gurgaon office. I was in Gurgaon earlier, and it was like one guy fully, like he was wearing suit and all. And I think the auto wala was ahead of him, and by mistake he just like put the brake on, and there was just a small hit in this car. That guy came out wearing a suit and hold the auto wale ka collar. And that particular instant was so like it was like it's just frozen in my mind, because I was like, okay, it was not a big deal, and just because you're in power doesn't mean that you should yell at them. So that's when I realized, okay, because we know that there are situations wherein we feel powerful, and that's when we yell.
Yeah.
So instead of maybe anchoring it, we do not know what to do and what to do, so we'll harm ourselves, spoil the mood of everyone around us, and whatever. At the same time, now at the flip side of it, so I'll go now to the times of Rishi Munis, right? So yes, I do have a lot to talk about, because
I know that's your expertise.
yeah, I know. Because I get angry, so I've thought of certain instances in my mind. So if I go to the
So why that is you are able to speak. You are at least trying to analyze and trying to change yourself, right?
Yes, in change in a way that yes, I'm able to channelize it. Yes.
Right. So yes, go on, Aarti.
So so in earlier times we have seen that people, especially Rishi Munis, so when they were angered, they will give shrap to the person. That's what, because when you are angry, you are in total complete presence of who you are, and that's when you say something, it manifests.
Yeah,
I have also done that in my life, and frankly, I've done it in some cases not in a positive tones as well. Like I was really angry, really pissed off by someone's behavior, and I said something in anger and it manifested. Later on, I think it was way back, some years back, right? And later on, I realized the reason it got manifested is because when I'm angry, I'm in complete presence. So we have heard people talking that if you are angry, channelize your energies. So this is what we mean, because when you're angry, you know how to. So one part is, when you're angry, you can be completely present, and then you know how to manifest. How about replacing anger with other emotions so that you can still be present and manifest?
Yes.
Right. So yes, that's I am currently working, because still it's there for me also. Like whenever I am in angry, I manifest everything that I desire. But this is not like this. I cannot be all the time angry, right?
Yeah.
Because anger at the first instant is not an emotion that a soul or a human being should have. A human as a person is meant to be happy, and that's why we all are born for. We are meant to be happy, right? So yes, and Priya, now I think I will ask you to talk about. So we both know what's anger, where are the different situations where we get angry. So how do you deal with it now?
Right. Sure, Aarti. I will give it a try because you are the more expert. So So, okay, sure. So, talking about anger management, before that, I also want to add up one thing on what Arti said. So, just because when you're angry and she said you are very, you are alert, you are aware, and that's when things start manifesting, it doesn't happen for everyone,
Oh, yes.
right? So you cannot it's not a rule that it happens for everyone. So what she means to say is that time you are so present and you know that okay, it's time for me to channelize, and that takes a practice. Not everyone who gets angry and says something manifests. Okay, so if anyone, like I remember when I used to think that, and that's why I think I'm able to pick it up. I used to think, okay, I will give shrap and things will be like bad. Okay, it never used to happen. Okay, because you can't like misuse anger in a way to give shrap. No, it doesn't happen. You can't misuse anger to say that okay, karma will take care. No, it doesn't happen like that. Okay, there is a state of mind. The person, when a person who's very present, they also know that what they are talking can manifest into. Okay, they're completely responsible for what they're talking. So that state is a different state, which I think I would say there is no explanation of what is that state, but probably you need to practice a lot, and that's when you will know okay, what is called being completely present and being aware, and then channelizing your thought, right? So we will talk a little bit how to do it. We usually do it in the class, which we cannot cover it up in this video, right? But yes, there is a way to do that. So now talking about anger management, so I would tell you what is anger management. Like, very simple answer can be managing your anger, but the question is, are you really managing your anger, or you are suppressing your anger, right? If you're suppressing your anger, like I said before when I was explaining about anger, that doesn't work. That's not management. You are piling up things to get anger on a different extent, which can be harmful to anyone. You know, you like we have a power to destroy our own world. Okay, that when you say managing the anger, first is stop judging when we are getting angry. That oh my god, I'm getting angry, but I cannot stop me getting angry. Oh my god, what is it? Okay, I need to speak up. No, I cannot speak up. So there are a lot of self-questioning happens when we are really, really angry. Okay, and it also is applicable when someone else is getting angry in front of you. Okay, so understanding that it's okay, this is one emotion, and there is a very likely that anyone can get angry at certain given point of time. When you do that, I think 50% of your anger management, you are like sorted. Okay, now how I do it, I have times like where uh, I know when I'm getting angry and how to channelize. And there are times where I just say it and later I realize, oh God, I was angry. Okay. So I will tell you those places where I cannot control, right? Whenever I cannot control, I will be venting out. I literally forgive myself, stop making me feel guilty about it, and I went out. And I let it went out. I understand the other person is getting hurt, but that time, what I understand is even if I stop, I land up doing something else. I let it went out. After that, I make sure that I work on it. Okay. Very simple example could be, say I get angry on Arti and I went out. I go back and I sit and start thinking about what was the trigger point, what made me angry. Okay, and it doesn't come so fast, like what was the trigger point. You have to really, really slowly backtrack. There'll be one statement, one word. Like I'll give you an example. When I was in my engineering, so there was a girl. I was expressing something, and she said, "It's okay, Priya. You don't have to act so much." Okay. I was so angry that I am not acting. I am expressing what I'm feeling, and these are all real, right? And we till now we don't talk. Trust me, till we don't talk. Okay. But eventually now I understood when she said acting, this is her way of saying that it's okay, Priya. Stop thinking so much. Okay, just because like that's her way of expressing her, I can say it's an English expression or her language or whatever it is, but she means to say it's okay, stop it. So this kind of trigger, it takes some time to backtrack and find out that small thing, one word, one statement, one situation, one moment, what has triggered your anger. Okay, so I go back and I find out the trigger and I work on it. Okay, why that? So acting, if I again take this example, acting, because I from TV industry and everything, I know acting is something which is not real. That's why you act, right? So when I heard the word acting, I realized that she is judging me that I am not real, I am not genuine, and all this blah 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 blah, and this happens in one split second. Okay, blah 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 blah, and I react. Okay, so if right now if the similar things happens with me and Aarti, say, I will go work on it. The moment I completely understand what it is, I would not mind calling Aarti and saying sorry and expressing that this what happened, but I worked on it. And trust me, guys, if you go and literally say sorry, there is a high chance that people will understand that something happened and this person has worked it through. There is nothing harm saying sorry. Okay, so this is how I manage my anger, especially on those places where I know I'm out of control. And I forgive myself because I've worked on it. I know I'll work on it. Okay, so now that I have given a try on how I manage my acting, I would like to know from the expert advice.
Oh my God.
What she recommends and how she works on it.
You are making me sound as like some kind of Mahatma, like who's an expert advice professor kind of a thing in anger.
No, I'm really blown away the way you have expressed right now because we never talked before this video. Okay, yeah. I know you are good at I know in classes and all you have done, but physically, literally listening to you and giving those examples were exciting.
Yeah, emotions are my forte. Yes. Okay. So I think, Priya, you pretty much covered the basic how to deal with it, like, venting out of emotions. But I think I would, along with, apart from what and all you mentioned and anger management, I think I would just want to, take it ahead in the same way that the first step is like being in allowance of the emotion, right? Mostly when we resist something, when we are not okay, be it internal circumstances or be it external circumstances, when we close ourselves, that's when we get pushed. Like there's a there's a reverse action to it, right? So when there is reverse action, you do not know, you feel suffocated, and then you blast, and then that's when anger comes out.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to avoid anger in simple circumstances. Like let's say external, which is not beyond your control. If weather outside is not in a situation that you can step out, it's okay. It's not your fault. Like nothing can help you. So what's the point of getting angry? If someone has not cleansed your home, like I'm just repeating whatever examples I gave previously. If someone has not cleansed your home, and you wanted it, either ask them again or you do it yourself. So, there are situations where it's not even required to be angry, but we get angry. what Priya talked about is when you are actually getting angry and you want to vent out, that's okay. But also you need to be in allowance. Okay, why are you getting angry? So when she mentioned about, analyzing it, so, you gradually, when you start analyzing, you will realize that maximum times it's because of an external factors which you cannot control, right? So instead of avoiding that, being in allowance will help you to be clear of your this anger emotions and let it be, because when you get angry, it's not something you're doing good to your body.
Yeah.
It is a cause of a lot of health issues and emotional issues. It causes stress in your mind. It's not good. So it venting out is in a way helping you out to relax yourself. But why do you need to even go to that space when you can manage it by slightly controlling it and being in allowance of it, right? And also, so here when Priya, so it's, since Priya and I know each other, she gave, we are able to vent out emotions on each other and listen to us when we are angry, guide them and all those things. But at the same time, you as an individual, if Priya has been unreasonably angry on me, and this has been a pattern, like, okay, today she yelled at me something and then tomorrow she's apologizing. After a week again this pattern, after a week again this pattern, and especially in relationships, then that's a thing that's a red alert for you.
Yeah.
You cannot be taking out shit every time just because she has a number of reasons. Then she'll know, okay, acha, whatever I will yell at Aarti. I'll give some XYZ reason. She will understand, she will accept, she will forgive, and we'll move on. That's what happens in a relationship.
Yes.
And that I am calling out right now is not okay at all. It's not okay.
Because the person hasn't worked, the person just realized, and they just say, okay, oh my God, it's my mistake, and I'll go say sorry to Aarti, right? But the catch is when I would say sorry, I am apologetic, but it doesn't mean that I'm feeling guilty about it for not being able to take care of me that specific, because I've worked on it.
Absolutely, yes. So see, we as an individual are very aware. We know how genuine in someone, and if you are trying to fool me, you may fool me for once or twice, but after a period of time, I would realize, no, this is shit.
Yeah.
Right? And that's when it's very important for you to understand the difference. Right? It's not, so we are not giving you a handbook or telling you to do this, do that, and do this. No, it's different for every person. But it's very important to understand and realize what is the reason of this trigger.
Correct.
Right? So can you do something about it, and or you cannot do something about it? If you can do something, go ahead and do it. If you cannot, and especially in a relationship, then you need to decide for yourself. Right?
That's true.
And when I'm saying in a relationship, it doesn't necessarily have to be between a couple. It can be with friends also. Right? So yes, and majority of, as I was growing up, I think majority of people judged me also as a very angry and a rude person. Till the time, because that's the energy that I carry. Right? Till the time they know me and they realize, Aarti is not like the person what she looks like. But yeah, maybe because today I'm a different person. Maybe that time I wasn't. Right? So we really need to be very cautious when we are dealing with emotions. What's the trigger? How do we do about it? So it's a step-by-step procedure, not a procedure, actually, it's a step-by-step thing that you need to do and analyze and realize that, what you should do now, what you should do next, and how can that be helpful to you.
Yeah.
Right?
And there are many people who are in denial also. Okay, yes. So you get angry and you come back and you actually start proving yourself, it's okay, I have a reason to get angry, it's okay. But there is a part of you which feels guilty as well. Okay, that's the state of denial. The moment you understand that I know I got angry and I feel guilty. No, I should not feel guilty. I have my reasons. And when we say I have my reason, not to show that, okay, fine, so I have my reason, so yeah, fine, deal with it. No, that's not that. When you have your reason, try to understand that how can you overcome that reason, because there is a trigger point which you need to look onto.
And also, sometimes, anger is also an emotion that we pick. So as a growing up kid, if you saw that if you didn't eat food, you will get, your parents will get angry, you will repeat the same thing with your kids because that's what has been built up.
Yeah.
So again, so that's also a second point that, one thing is when we realize it's also very important because to understand that is it something that how I would have reacted or is someone else reaction I am picking it up.
Yeah.
Well, that will take some time because see, that's what we have learned with multiple classes, multiple, like we have been doing this stuff, we have been interacting with people, and that's how we are able to tell that some of it is not even ours. It's because my parents reacted like that, I am going to react this way. My friends did this in this situation, so I'm going to do this now. So no, I think that's when we talk about self discovery, this is self discovery,
Yes.
to know yourself, right? That is important. Like that's one. So when we talked about it's like you should spend some time with yourself, to what, to explore yourself, to understand of who you are.
Correct.
Right, Priya? So closing notes, Priya, since you were quite I got a quick chance, so any closing statements from your end before we wind up?
Well, see, there is no, it's not that key just watching this video or attending class you can master in depth. Okay, we are also still evolving. But the fact is, understanding and be completely true to yourself that which things to be taken care of, which things cannot be taken care of. If that is not something you can take care of, reach out for help. You know how you do a flow chart in your life, in your work. Similarly, if you make a flow chart, like a clear cut flow chart, and uh, being in a journey of evolution, like evolution not as a whole of like the evolution history evolution, I'm talking about changing yourself, things will start getting eased out. You will be able to know how to, you will be able to manage your anger, you will be able to channelize that extreme energy to something different, something new. So I would like to invite all of you to really, you know, uh, find out how beautiful is this emotion as well, and what else can you benefit out of it. So yeah, that's what it is from me.
That's wonderful, Priya. Yeah, I know. It's anger is one emotion that everybody wants to avoid, and that's not well accepted. But accepting it and making it a part of life to channelize it is something that we should all work on. And thank you for that. On that note, I think we will meet all of you next Friday. And if you have any suggestions, please feel free to let Priya or me know. And thank you all of you for listening and liking. Have a lovely, lovely weekend and have a great Friday. Bye bye.
Bye guys, take care.